Yeah.
So the next house, massive home, almost 4,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Knox-Henderson, with a
place.
pool.
Yep. With a pool.
It was beautiful. It was very surprising.
Sure.
When we were on the outside, I didn't think it was going to look like what it looked like inside. So when we walked in, I was like, oh my gosh, wow.
Well, you don't realize how big 4,000 feet really is. Like,
Yeah.
that's a big home. And then the kicker was the pool house.
Yes,
Very
the
cool
pool
feature.
house, above the garage, which is great to have, especially in this area in Knox-Henderson. You can use it as a rental. You can use it as a mother-in-law suite, or you can use it for a SMU student who wants to rent and
That's a plug to all
needs to
our
go
ponies out there.
pony up.
Pony up, right?
Yeah, but the house was gorgeous. I mean, it had
5 beds, right?
5 bedrooms, a game room, a pool, updated kitchen.
Yeah. Very spacious.
Very spacious, a garage. So it was a really nice home. And the location was amazing.
It sure is.
I mean, around the corner from Velvet Taco. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've been there or
I've been
not,
there.
or if y'all been
Velvet
there,
Taco plug.
you should go. So right around the corner from Velvet Taco, and a lot of the other restaurants and bars and shopping right there on Henderson. So great location.
You know what I liked about the home as well? So many times in that area we see some craftsmen, but a lot are tutors. This had a very traditional elevation to it.
Yeah.
It looked straight out of a Texas magazine. This
Very
is a
Texas home.
Yes.
But it had a very Texan influence to it, which I thought was interesting in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Where it was priced at 1.95, and it had a different, elevation to it. So it stood out
Definitely.
among other homes.
Yeah, definitely stood out. Speaking of price, 1.95.
1.95.
That is heavy. It's heavy. And that was hard pulling comps because there are not a lot in that neighborhood, just really within a 2-mile radius,
Right.
that really were comparable.
Now, we've seen, obviously, homes in that neighborhood eclipse $1 million and go up there, but where it's priced at was a little, I think, heavy currently.
In our opinion, yes.
I don't remember the days on market, but I wouldn't be surprised if it had been sitting there for a little bit.
Yeah. So as far as price, Ron,
Yeah.
how would somebody go about getting a loan almost $2 million? Well, not $2 million, but
Right, for
a
buying
very high loan, $2 million
almost
property.
$2 million property. So first of all, I think the biggest challenge when I looked at that report with the comparative market analysis was the closest sold price was 1.28.
Yeah.
Right. So in lending, we're looking at a going back within the past 3 months, 6 months, but going back further than that, that's not necessarily good data.
Yeah.
Right. We're also looking for a similar floor plan. We're looking for similar age of the property. And when I'm looking at those comps, now there was a pending sale, right, that was at 1.475.
1.4, yeah.
And I've done that before. I've actually called the listing agent on a different property for one of my clients, and I said, okay, when are you closing? And they said, we're closing in 30 days. I'm like, we're going to order another appraisal, right? So, and use it as a comp.
The appraisal.
Yeah.
Right? So, but in a home that appraises for 1.475, that's not going to get us to 1.95,
Yeah.
right? I wouldn't see this would be an issue if it was in the Park Cities area,
Yeah.
right? But I do see it as a challenge here, and that
Okay.
could be one of those reasons. So really, that buyer, they're either going to fall in love with that home, and
Yeah.
they're going to have a lot of money to be able to put up, so that it does actually they don't have to worry about that appraisal issue,
Yeah.
right? Because if you're trying to meet the minimum with a lot of jumbo lenders, it's 20%, especially at this price point,
Right.
That could be a challenge. So that's the first thing. The good news is, I would say, and I cracked my voice on that, at 1.95, so now we're looking at a loan amount that's more like 1.9 purchase price, but at 1.5 loan amount. Now we're getting into I've actually set up a commission cap. Right,
Okay.
Where I have actually capped my personal commission that I receive on deals at $700,000. at that price point. So what happens is if the rate, let's say it's at 3.25, and then all of a sudden I look at that commission cap based off of the 1.5, now the rate might be like a 3%, right? So I'm passing the savings,
Better
right?
rates, yeah.
So, and the reason why is because that's my clients, right? So
Yeah.
I want to capture those bigger volume clients.
Yeah, and I like what you said. I think that the person that buys that home is going to have to really love that home.
Yep.
Especially at that price point
Yes.
in this area.
I agree. I fully agree. Because I don't think we would have told them to price it at that number, but
I don't think so, but that's not my listing. But
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.